I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Heroes Wanted. Tonight, we rejoin the party after they have rescued Nova from the grips of Visanthus, and in the process, Soggy has been drained of his blood. They thought they lost him, but then he rose and started fighting, although paler and more sunken eyed than ever before. As they studied him, they realized that he was caught somewhere in between in the living and the undead. And as they go to sleep that night after battling the Manangle Karen and her undead bat minions, they see a wicked glint in Soggy's eyes and wonder what the future holds for their erstwhile companion. Why did Soggy charge in against Visanthus alone? And could you guys have made it there in time to have saved him? These are the questions that go through your characters' heads as you think about what fate will befall Soggy now that he has had the vampire, drain him, and he has been raised. He has not partaken of any humanoid blood, and so he has not turned into a full vampire, but the craving grows within him.
So is he Craven?
He does indeed, although Craven's spore ability makes him slightly less palatable and appealing. He actually really, really, really wants to drain Nova for some reason, but her radiance is hurting his eyes even more than normal.
I suppose it's because she's the most human of the bunch.
Possibly, or it's because you've known her, or it's because of something to do with the radiance and Visanthus's craving for it. You're not sure the exact reason. But anyway, Noman, you stay up all night watching Soggy, and as your companions get their rest in, you see Soggy like start to talk to himself, kind of like Smeagol and Golem, about whether or not he should eat his friends.
And that
Uh,
and it's not just like
uh-huh.
it's
I
not just
see.
two voices, it's three.
Let's see. For today, I'm gonna prepare the spell Calm Emotions.
Okay.
I think
And
aren't there?
as you start to
I don't
notice,
know that 3.5
I mean, it might help
Pathfinder.
him, even if it is temporary.
Can calm
well,
emotions affect an undead?
Yeah, but he's not undead, and exactly, even if it's not going to accomplish everything, even if it just buys him a second of snap out of it, like yeah.
No. Uh,
well,
whoa.
Soggy is going to be putting a log in his mouth.
Soggy, upon arguing with himself, figures he'll show himself that he's not going to eat his friends, and shoves a rather large, wide log into his mouth to where he can barely open his jaw any wider.
All right. Well, you know what? Before I start preparing spells, I'd like to take a good hard look at Soggy, figure out what I can figure out about his condition, and see if what I might be able to prepare that would be the most efficient at helping him.
Okay.
So whatever role is, I guess I don't know, either medicine and maybe religion.
Yeah, so religion is the role.
I asked Soggy, making sure he didn't grab the log behind that big oak over there.
Soggy, did you?
Because that was
Or
Craven's log.
behind the birch.
Okay, we're good then.
So, as you study him, you're pretty sure that Soggy is becoming one of the undead, but you don't know how far gone he is.
Hmm.
As you stare into his white eyes, um, you can see a maniacal intelligence, like something beyond the cleverness that Soggy usually possesses.
Let's see. Do I know if his condition is because of a curse? Is it a disease? Is it,
You don't know.
okay.
Lorathier, you might know something from your elven knowledge. They have hundreds and hundreds of years of history beyond what everybody else has, though. So, if you want to roll either history or religion, you might be able to add something to Nova's research here.
Sure, I will try history. I'm not proficient in either.
Hmm. Unfortunate. Yeah, you know that the elves were instrumental in battling the undead, and that they used um, you know powerful artifacts in order to destroy vampire lords and liches and all of that. But you don't really have much that you can add to this. Craven, however, you have been studying the lands here in Carpathia, and you know that an ancient evil was defeated here on this land, but it tainted it. And that many of the undead risen here are cursed.
Well, it looks like he's cursed.
No, that doesn't mean that Soggy's cursed. It just means that most of the undead risen here are cursed. You know that from living here in Carpathia. But unfortunately, that doesn't help with Nova's research, so you don't know, where that leaves Soggy right now. All of you can see that he looks as if he is dead, and he has sharp fangs beyond what he normally possesses.
Are currently being held back by a log.
Yeah, he's got a big stick in his mouth that is making it hard for him to close his mouth.
So yeah, I'm drawing a blank on how to switch out my one spell for calm emotions, but yeah, I'm gonna cast calm emotions on Soggy.
Well, he's relatively calm right now.
Okay. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much that I can do about this. Like I said last night, we're probably going to have to go to the I forgot the name of it, but the Pelorian Temple.
And as he say that, Soggy sort of speaks in a sort of gruff tone and says, "No, the water. The water is the cure." And it's sort of like muffled by the large stick. Did I scare everyone?
I'm still here.
No, I was just wondering, would I know if he is trying to feed off humans or anything with blood?
Well, he craves blood, and we'll deal with that. But you know that the vampires feed off of humanoids.
Hmm. Lorithir, let's go get us a stag. Let's feed this thing.
That's a good idea.
I don't know if
And,
I can do that.
and Soggy sort of shakes his head violently and says, "No eat! No eat!"
I don't know if I would do that. You see, if he feeds on blood, it may make his circumstances worse, or even make this one permanent.
Ah, gotcha. Sorry, Soggy.
Soggy sort of nods in understanding and just starts to tie the stick with like these ropes so it sort of stays sort of lodged in his mouth so he
It
doesn't.
it looks like the world's worst medieval wooden retainer.
I'm gonna knit up a little scarf to hang under his neck so it catches the drool.
I think we should be off. Um, look over to Noman and say, "You do know where the domed temple is, yes?"
I Arax, do I know
Yeah,
that?
I mean you pretty much know where all the stuff in Caledonia is, so
Yeah, sure. And I know.
like you have a near encyclopedic knowledge of the landmarks here in Tenkenarth.
Nah. What's. Oh, right, yeah. Uh, yeah.
The Warforged stumbles with his words a bit, but does indeed confirm that he can tell you where the Dome of the Sun is.
Well, leads the way. We don't have a lot of sunlight today, and we need to get there as soon as we possibly can.
Yeah, then let's get started.
Okay. So,
Or do we not have horses?
I have a horse. You probably don't.
you know you were like right by the town where your squires were, and now you want to like go back the other way. How, like, what do you? I'm gonna pull up the map of Tenkenarth again, and we're gonna go over this again because I thought I knew what you guys wanted to do, and now I'm not so sure.
I don't really. I'll be honest. My head hurts.
Take an aspirin.
I uh I don't keep drugs around the house.
Cut it off.
That would pose an ongoing issue for.
Yeah, have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Soggy can relieve from some pressure for you from your neck.
I don't know what the offer here is nothing aside from anything short of taking an ibuprofen. If you ain't got nothing.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull up this one, and then I have another one that I will pull up that we will take a look at. But for now, let's just go with this, and you guys tell me. You were down here, you know, slightly south of Castra, and um, your town is just over the border in New Eglia there, but Caledonia and the Dome of the Sun is all the way back west in Caledonia there.
Yeah.
Wait, so do we have people and or stuff in a location that we should retrieve
Yes.
first? Okay, well then we'll do that.
Wait, what? Am I supposed to be answering something?
No,
Wait.
no. We were just talking about getting our people and belongings.
Well, then don't let me interrupt.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know much about belongings or where somebody lives. They don't really know a whole lot of what we've done in the past when I wasn't here, so
Right.
I'm not saying anything because I don't really know much. Sorry.
Same boat.
I mean, no one needs to determine how important this stuff is or isn't. You know, that's what it comes down to.
oh.
Do you need your squires and your stuff, or do you want to make better time and just head back up? You know, what's the overall plan here?
I wish I could tell him what to do remotely. Uh,
Like call him on a cell phone?
Yeah, does anyone have like Animal Messenger or something? Or a spell like that? Certainly, between the two spellcasters, we can get a message out.
I'm looking.
I can't send messages.
Like, we're 8th level. Isn't there like a sending equivalent or something?
I mean, I can cast Speak with Dead, but
There
I
you go. You
mean,
just got to kill him.
they're alive last time I checked, and that would. Uh,
At this point, as he's waiting for the group to decide on things, Soggy is trying to practice sign language.
Also, as the sun rises, it is so hot on your skin that you feel like you're cooking. You're very uncomfortable, and you have exhaustion level 1 from not eating.
Soggy sort of seeing the sun sort of burn his skin and remembers the full fact on how it affects vampires, takes cover in the nearest shade.
Yeah, I can only speak with plants.
Your hunger grows by the second, Soggy.
Soggy understands this, but he's not going to fall for into the trap.
Salmon starts to growl as you approach him.
Soggy sort of like so sees this and decides.
so what? Hold on. Let me just. What kind of spellcasters we have in the party? We don't have a cleric.
One
I
cleric.
mean, I'm a cleric. I cleric.
I just checked. Sending is a 3rd level spell that should be on the cleric spell list.
So it is.
Yeah. So I'll use sending, 'cause I assume we can get. Clerics still have all their spells, right? That I'm
Yeah, I
trained?
have it.
Okay, cool. Then I'll use sending to communicate to my retainers where I'm going, and that they should head back to Caledonia. We'll meet up later.
Yeah, then I shall do that.
Great. And then we can go to the orb thingy. It was a dome, right?
It's a dome, but yes.
Yeah. Okay, well that's the plan. I'll tell them to go to Caledonia. Uh-huh. And it'll work out because they're not player characters.
A
So
creature
they should be
with
able to
which
tell
you
what
are
it is.
familiar, Nova is not familiar with your squires.
Ah.
Is there like anyone around we could just like pay to do that?
Of
Like a
course.
courier?
There's messengers.
How much would that cost?
It depends on how far they have to go because, that determines the amount of time that they're going to be traveling.
It's 30 gold good?
Oh, yeah.
Way over the top. But
Yeah.
yeah, they probably would have been okay for a gold piece.
Probably, but
No,
like,
not one, but
wow. Then your messengers are really miserly in this reality. Anyway.
All right, so here is a more zoomed in map. And you guys are above Mary Castle, in between that hill and Mary Castle.
Okay, so how swiftly can we, where's the nearest place with people in it that my message can be delivered?
Well, that's what I was pointing out was Mary Castle is like right there.
So let's go to Mary Castle.
Yeah. So Mary Castle is a rather small town right on the border of Carpathia and New Eglia, and because of that, it is subject to, um, you know, raids, quote unquote, from both sides. You get the tax collectors and the armies pulling up and demanding tribute constantly, and as a result, Mary Castle is not heavily populated by a lot of people. It's a lot of settler type people that live there, and it's a small town of, I believe, around 2 to 4,000 people. But you can always find, peasants willing to do the messenger and other grunt work that adventurers are always needing. And so for about 2.5 gold pieces, you can get a message delivered over to Farming Send where your squires are waiting. Or were they in Kensington? I'm sorry, Kensing Castle. They were either in Kensing Castle or Farming Send, I forget which. Hello?
Yeah.
So, for like 2.5 gold, he'll go run over to either of those two towns and go tell your squires what's up.
Okay, I already took 30 gold off my sheet, so you can have the full lot.
Oh man, do you want me to like do anything else for you? Like, I mean, that's a lot. I'll bring supplies back. I'll like go set up something. Like, what do you need?
Nope. Just pretend I like you or something. Just do what I asked.
Oh, okay. I'll do it real good, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
All right, great.
What do you want me to tell them?
Uh, that's the message from Noman is as follows. I'm heading back to Caldonia. Just make haste back to the estate. We will rendezvous there once I'm done with other business. That's all.
And do you have a seal? You want that message sealed, or do you want me to just say that to them? What do you want?
Right. I should. This will go better if I just put it in a letter. Wait, that's the wrong button.
I can write, sir.
Yeah, you can't write as well as I can. So I just
Plus,
whip
you don't
something
know
up.
what I want to say as well as I do.
So I write something up, something only I can write, and then I seal it officially the way I do and go, there, just deliver this to them.
Okay, sir. And
Thank you.
oh, how will I know them? And then of course you describe them, and then
Yeah,
So
I talk about my team of 3 nebulous retainers since we've never expanded upon them at any point.
it's 3. I thought it was 2. I
It's
I
3.
have 2.
I have a squire and then 2 ambiguous retainers.
Oh, that's what I have is your 2 retainers. Okay, so yeah,
Yes. I have
your
one
your
specific retainer and then 2 ambiguous
your
ones.
your squire can be whatever you want them to be, so you can describe them. Your retainer, you'll recognize them. There is an older female and a man who is like her uncle.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with the squire because they have to be a very special kind of person to both be my squire and be unwilling to ever adventure with me under any circumstances, as per how the ability is written. So
Yeah, well,
all I
you
know at
don't
this
you don't
point is that
you don't have to
what?
describe them right now. I was just saying if you had a description for the messenger, but that's fine. So
Yeah.
he runs off to go find these 3 amigos and let them know that El Guapo is coming.
Great. And now we can get to the sun dome.
Yes. So Soggy, as the sun burns away, they're ready to set out, but you are like exhausted and can barely walk, and walking in the sun just feels like you're being whipped with red hot pokers.
Soggy is going to try and hide in the armor of Nomen. Like, sir,
I I'm
Do
not
I
passenger enabled.
do I
You can get up
recognize
on my horse and I can throw a sheet over you.
Soggy would appreciate that.
Okay.
Climbing on top of his warhorse, you are underneath a sheet and
And also, before we left, I made sure to give Salmon some some fish.
he doesn't want anything to do with you. He
Um,
he he sees you approaching and growls and starts like barking like he's gonna attack you.
Craven, can you take care of Salmon?
Sure. Sorry, I was talking to the wife. I was listening though.
Uh,
So
roll
yeah.
animal handling to try and feed his pet owl bear cub. Oh man, yeah, you get him to eat because he's hungry. He's like snappy with you though, so you have to watch your hand. So roll a dexterity check to watch your hand. Yeah, you get your hand out of the way right as he like goes to overextend to chomp at the fish that you fed him, and he would have like taken a finger off for sure. Graven's like, yeah, whatever. He got fed. So you guys are finally able to set out, and you spend the day traveling down. Or what? I'm sorry, not down. That's where I thought you guys were going. Was down. Yeah, down to Mary Castle, where you get the guy, and now you're able to set back out from Mary Castle. Where do you want to go? By the way, the dome is way up and to the left, so you know you pretty much either have to pass through Carpathia or go the long way around is what I'm asking.
As much as it brings me no joy, it won't help Soggy's condition to take our time. We'll travel through Carpathia.
So do you want to hit the main road there and travel along the King's Highway, the Emperor's Highway, or do you want to head north and go through the hills again?
That kind of depends. Uh, Everything heading through the hills will probably be slow, but it's hard to know whether or not it'll be more treacherous.
The Carpathian Hills are notoriously dangerous. Craven can tell you that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought we were
but the
heading
thing
to.
is that the Carpathian roads, well, thing is, are much more likely to be seen and found by Vasanthus and hounded by his agents.
Yeah, so I don't know if it'll take longer or not, but if we were heading towards to get a boat, and that's what I remember.
Well, that's what Soggy wants to do is go to a water temple that he has heard of in a different timeline.
All right, so what do we want to do? Do we want to take Soggy to the Pelorian Temple, where there may be a more powerful cleric who can help him? Or do we want to take him to the Water Temple, where his benefactor, warlock benefactor, may be able to help him?
Let the vampire decide.
And I need to be clear with all the new players because they haven't heard this yet. At no point have I ever said that the water temple is associated with his warlock patron. He has associated this himself and is going off of that. So I have to make that clear each time just to make sure that nobody, says, well, oh, the DM said this. No, no, no.
Yeah, so I think we should head towards the Pelorian Temple. It's a much safer bet for Risky's health. I mean, Soggy's health.
Okay, so I don't have the big map up anymore, but if we took a boat, would it be faster to take a boat or to travel on land?
Right now,
It
you
would
guys
be
are by
way slower to take a
Maracastle.
boat.
If you take the road south to the Emperor's Highway, you can get down to Warway and take a riverboat down to Lakeshore, and then from Lakeshore they have huge lake boats, and you can go down to Liverport and take a huge ocean boat from there. So there's a whole bunch of boats like within spitting distance of Maracastle where you guys are at right now. This is one of the largest shipping centers in the world. This is one of the biggest freshwater lakes, and they have huge cargo ships that haul freight to and from uh, Lakeshore and Maidlow.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Does
just
And
anybody think that there's probably not a good chance that anyone will allow us on their boat with the vampire?
we, the answer to that is that we're not transporting a vampire. We have cargo. And second to that is that we can't sail to Caledonia unless we circumnavigate the entire continent. The only thing we can do is sail around Carpathia, which will definitely be safer, but it will take vastly longer than any other travel option.
Agreed.
Traveling directly through Carpathia entails the highest likelihood that will be intercepted by Visanthus or his agents, and should that happen, we risk, the destruction of the world or whatever it is. Traveling through the
Or
mountains
whatever.
is look, it could be an apocalypse or a societal restructuring. Traveling through the mountains is likely to be treacherous, but it's probably faster, and it's more likely we're going to encounter random monsters rather than hand-picked agents intended specifically to kill us. Going by boat, still its own kind of treacherous, sailing around, passing through Eglia, but it will be safer than those other two options, but it will take longer. Since even sailing as deep into Eglia as we can, we still have to do a decent amount of travel by land to get to Caledonia, but it will be safe travel. So, those are our three options.
I lean toward the fastest option.
What, you don't want to hang out with a vampire who's tempted to drink your blood?
I want to aid in our allies' restoration as quickly as we can do so.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking, is the water faster or traveling through the continent to get there?
Well,
Traveling
the
by
water
water is
would be
faster, slower.
faster if you were already on the water. But you got to get to the water, and that's what makes it slower.
So which option is the fastest?
Wait. Hold on. Arrakis, I want to be specifyingly clear. Where exactly are we? We're like a little bit above Warway, right?
You guys are in Mara Castle right now.
Okay.
I don't know where that is.
Right above
I
Warway.
Yeah, so I just want to be clear since he's saying that like going here to here to here, draw a new one. And then like all the way around Carpathia to here. And then
Are you drawing on the big map? I can't see that. I'm on the zoomed in map.
oh, I am drawing on the big map because small map
that's what
doesn't
I'm
cover
looking
what-
at, the big map.
I can tell distance is better on the zoomed in map, so that's...
All right, how long would it take to fly to that temple?
Can you guys fly?
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Yes.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, he could turn into an eagle and carry Soggy all the way there.
Oh, in
Yeah,
that
but then it would
case,
split the party.
it would probably take 2 days. 1 to 2 days.
Yeah, I can only concentrate on that for an hour. So we can travel in the air for 2 hours. That's about it.
I think the boat is probably our best option.
But like how?
One, it'll keep us mostly out of Carpathia. We can completely go around it. And the sea might stand a chance at being much more of a peaceful travel, not to mention faster.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing the logistics of that in my head. How is it faster? Like how is it even competably faster? The volume of distance we're traveling in that time is incredible. It makes the trip like the actual distance traveled like 10 times greater.
Yeah, but boats are like much faster than us.
I will
Like,
contend that a boat is faster. But the thing is, a short jump across Carpathia, that's not that great a distance. But traveling down to Norway, traveling the river, traveling past the Black Gulf, traveling through the Siren Sea, up a river, then getting off the boat and traveling a distance on foot anyway, sounds like it would be way slower than just traveling north to Caledonia.
Yes.
Okay, it's like clarifying because like Adaracus made it sound like it even competed in timescale.
No.
Okay. I wanted to be exactly sure that everyone's on the same page here. Taking a boat is way, way, way slower.
Well, if we do go through Carpathia, then we're going to have to travel as quickly as possible. I have a suspicion that Visantis can probably track Soggy for being responsible for his condition. The vampires are intrinsically linked to their sires. So if we're going to be traveling through his land with a beacon that allow him to know our exact location. So if we go through Carpathia, we're going to have to really move with haste.
Well, I wasn't exactly intending to pass by any tourist destinations, That's why there was a suggestion to cut through the mountains there, because they'll be treacherous, but they'll also be as far removed from Visantis' reach as we can get while still making good time.
So, what's the plan then, gentlemen? Cut through the mountains? Take the highway? Or the worst option, boat?
You should probably just cut through Carpathia.
Well, cutting
Alright,
through
cool.
Carpathia is the first two options. It's do you cut through the hills in between the mountains of Kiz and Kastra there, or do you take the highway and cut around into the more open plains? Now the argument is exactly what Bad Data said there. The open plains, you're more susceptible to being found by the knights. The mountains are probably going to be more dangerous creatures, but they're not going to be specifically targeting you. They're just like random wyverns and stuff.
All right, so perhaps the mountains would be the best bet. It seems like a
Yeah.
best compromise. What do you two say?
I agree. Whatever
I
is
love mountains.
fastest.
That
I
being
love
said,
mountains.
Lorthier, I don't believe that you and I have met. I am very grateful for you coming to my aid.
The pleasure is mine, Nova. I have been quite impressed with your allies, and meeting you, I can see how such a group of capable adventurers came together.
All right. So, as you guys set off, the first day, Soggy, you have to roll a will save to avoid wanting to kill something.
If it's not clear, as the holy medical person, I'm gonna be like really keeping an eye on him.
Right.
I
So,
am
Soggy, roll your wisdom.
I'm trained in medicine as well, so I will assist if you have to make those rolls.
Well, we're going to see what happens. This is just to see what his cravings are like.
I'm also trained in medicine.
All right. Soggy manages to resist, and he says Soggy must remain having.
Soggy must have. Soggy is strong.
And so you fight the first day, and that night, you guys make camp by the roadway. And we take a 5-minute break before the encounter begins.
So Soggy, tell me, how have you been faring? It's been at least 2 days now.
New voice in head tells me terrible things, bad things.
What
Says
did they tell you?
says to drink blood and and be immortal. This is not this is not Soggy's wish. Soggy for if Soggy were to go in path, then it would be life not worth living.
I might be able to help you. I can't, as you know, I can't cure you of your condition, but I do have spells that may be able to aid you in your endeavor and make the symptoms more bearable.
Thank you. This is most pleasing to Soggy.
The next time you feel an urge or you're hearing these voices, let me know.
Thank you, Nova. You are a good friend. And Soggy just sort of gives puts his little kobold hand on her on her on her shin and sort of just pats it.
I'm going to give Sagi a hug.
That's the moment when Soggy felt most tempted but resisted. He was so wanting to just bite your neck right then, but he didn't. Oh, don't stop because of me.
In any case, Soggy sort of goes says we must get to Sun Place soon.
We'll take you to see the clerics in Caldonia. I'm sure there's someone there who can help you.
Soggy just hopes they like Soggy.
Well, if it comes to it, I'll make sure they like you.
Hey, DM, can you clear the wounds too before we do anything?
Soggy sort of nods.
Oh yeah, I'll apply a long rest.
Just a heads up. I don't know if anybody else has got it, but I do have guidance. So anytime you guys are rolling any checks or anything, I can help.
I gotta pull up the next map anyway.
Lovely.
But Soggy, you now have exhaustion level 2.
That means I'm slower.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. So you guys are camped alongside the road here.
All right. Is this morning?
No, it's night. And in the middle of the night, you guys have Noman posted, of course, because Noman never sleeps. And Soggy can't sleep. You just stay up all night, like, thinking about how you want to eat your friends.
Then sort of quickly trying to stash away those feelings.
Yes, of course, but, I mean, still, the fact that you had them. Terrible. And then Lorathir, you only need to meditate, so there's a 50% chance that you were done meditating. So, do you want to roll a percentile dice, or should I?
I'm fine either way, but when I'm meditating, I am conscious of my environment. I'm not
That's true.
like bonked out. So
That's true. Well, if you want a chance to not be meditating, you can roll. Otherwise, we'll just say that you're meditating, but you're still, of course, aware.
okay, I'll roll just to see which
Sure.
it was.
Yep, you were meditating.
And I have cast Guardian of Faith. Just making sure that's thrown out there.
Well, if you cast Guardian of Faith, it's going to attack Soggy.
Well, it attacks enemies.
Yeah, but Soggy is no longer registering as 100% friendly.
Well, it's not hostile towards us.
He's basically, if it's going to protect you against a vampire, it's going to protect you against Soggy. Otherwise, it's not going to protect you against a vampire.
It would protect me from a rabid bunny if it tried to come at me.
Right. So it's gonna attack Soggy if you cast it. Soggy is a rabid bunny right now. He wants to drink your blood and turn you into the undead like him. It's terrible. So do you wanna cast it and have it attack him, or do you wanna?
No.
Okay. But you do go to sleep.
Yes.
Okay. So I just needed to make sure to apply the rest for you guys then. All right. So now, in the still of the night, Noman is awake. Lorthir is conscious of what is going on. Soggy is staring at all of you like hot dogs rotating over the wheel at a hot dog.
Rotisserie.
Yeah. Um, Craven is like just snoring away. He's fine. And Nova, you are having uh, dreams from your timeline of Visanthus and the horrors that he wrought upon your people and just how badly that needs to be prevented.
No, no.
And as you hear Nova crying out quietly in the night, roll for perception, Noman. And Lorithir, I guess.
I rolled for perception already.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I got a 15.
Oh, I see. I see. Yes.
I need to roll a profession
No.
perception.
Oh, Soggy. Yes, actually, yes. Soggy, with your preternatural eyes, you see into the darkness, and you see 3 winged shapes made of shadow winging their way towards you. These are shadow drakes, and you see them before the rest of the party does, and you have a moment to say something, and then everybody rolls initiative.
Soggy yells, "Dragons made of shadow!"
Be honest, that kind of sounds like something like a Borderlands psychopath would say. It's kind of up there with like Meat Bicycle.
Meat bicycle.
I have the shiniest meat bicycle!
Yeah.
Oh, and salmon, yeah. And then Nova, initiative. Nova, hello. All right. So salmon wakes up to Soggy in his vampiric voice talking about shadow dragons, and he starts growling at him. Urgh.
Uh, let's see. So, where are they?
They're invisible in the dark.
Oh. I'm going to.
But Soggy was able to see them because he's a goddamn vampire.
I'm gonna step here. I'm gonna cover Craven. And then, as a standard action, I am going to Uh, Wait, did I apply that to myself by accident? I didn't. I can't do that. I didn't mean to. But
I'll fix that. Yeah.
I was gonna start dodging.
Please, like, make some noise and wake us up.
Didn't Soggy like scream already?
Or I guess that
Yeah,
depends on my right.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So your ass is awake.
Yeah. Nobody has a passive perception low enough to have slept through Soggy ranting about dragons. All right. Is that the end of your turn, Noman?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
All right. The invisible shadow drake flies in and becomes visible once once it attacks you. Can you see it now?
I can see it.
Yeah. And so it forms out of the shadow, and it's still only like half solid, but the part of it that is solid bites you. Oh wait, I have 10-foot range. I'm gonna be here. No, 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 no. I have disadvantage on attacks against you? Oh, you dodged. Oh.
Yes, I started dodging.
And then I try to tail slap you as well.
So it's gonna be hard to make them hit stick.
But
Oh
now,
man.
the next shadow comes flying in behind you guys, and suddenly a blast of shadow covers all of you. Well, let's see. Okay, so I can get everybody but Noman. Oh, boo. That was the wrong guy. This guy. And he totally hits all of you. Except for... Oh yeah, no, he can get salmon too. And then the damage. A blast of frigid cold washes over all of you. Soggy, your vampire body freezes in place. You're covered in a coat of ice. Everybody else, you feel the frost clinging to you.
Dead?
You're frozen in a solid block of ice.
All right, can I see them?
Yes.
So I'm sort of stunned until the rest of the battle.
Well, we're not sure, but right now you're just frozen in there, and your vision goes black.
You know, it feels like Soggy's spending a lot of recent fights just kind of fucked.
What can I say? Kobolds have been sort of like, uh, sort of, uh,
Why was that advantage?
Disadvantage because they're in dim light.
Dark vision doesn't count.
Nope. They just have to be in dim light. Your thorn whip cracks the shadow dragon.
Yeah, I don't think I can quite pull that creature.
You actually can if you want.
I'll leave him where he is.
I stand and attack. Let's see, this one. Actually, so
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure out. So could I use what's it called? Uh, the careful aim to have advantage on that. I did stand, which uses up part of my movement, but I don't know if it counts as movement for determining whether I get that.
I'll say that you can like rise to one knee and still take careful aim that way.
Okay, I'll do that then. That's the end of my turn.
Your arrow flies right through the shadow dragon's umbral form.
All right. So,
What do you do, Nova?
well, what of anything do I know of these creatures?
You can roll a knowledge religion check to see.
Skills, religion.
Luckily, these are rather famous in your time. These are the Hounds of Visanthus, 3 nasty shadow drakes that have lived for hundreds of years through his foul magic. Or I'm sorry, two nasty shadow drakes. Uh, they are used as his own personal hunting hounds to hunt down his prey and bring them to him.
Do I know anything about them? Like,
They're shadow, they're susceptible to radiant, you know.
okay. I'm gonna cast light on my shield.
As your shield lights up, they lose their shadow blend that makes them have disadvantage on attacks against them.
Trying to see if that's a bonus action.
No, I think that's a standard action.
All right. Well, then I guess I will run to the front, or I guess I'll run amongst them just to move the light a little more forward, in front of Craven, I suppose. And then I will say, keep them in the light, or you won't be able to hit them. These are the hounds of Visanthus. They are here to take us back to him.
All right. So, now they turn and they hiss at you when you say that. One second, I gotta wash something off my hand.
What's happening?
I had touched some greasy food and I didn't want to touch my mouse with it.
Oh, okay.
Salmon runs behind Lorathier.
I'm going to ward myself as a swift action. And I'm gonna hit this thing.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I have to take that off.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, that's nice. Ah,
They are vulnerable to radiant damage.
and I missed.
Then I fired, then I missed, then I fired, then I missed again.
Yeah.
The other Shadow Drake breathes at you guys. Salmon freezes over, and you guys watch as the Shadow Drake breathes in and exhales a cone of shadowy cold on you guys. The third Shadow Drake attacks Noman. Missing both times.
I don't see a third one yet. Is it still invisible?
Oh, I'm sorry. There's only two.
Oh, okay.
I think the DM is trying to say that both me and Salmon just got killed.
You're still frozen in ice. You're standing there like a statue. Salmon looks as though he has huddled over in a freezing position.
all right. No, I don't know if I can do this or not. That's what I'm asking. I want to try to dominate one of these beasts and charm it. It doesn't say anything about undead or anything like that, so I don't know if I can or not.
Well, these are in fact undead, so you cannot. Normally, I'd make you have to cast that to find that out, but you know, figure I'd be nice and not make you waste the turn.
Well, from the picture, I can tell if they're undead, but I imagine if I was standing there, I could tell if they're undead or not just by looking at them, right?
Yeah, I mean they look like shadows, like wraiths, you know. You use your mushroom spores to heal Nova.
So out of character, I don't know what we're gonna do. I think these guys are putting out just a little too much damage for us to be able to deal with.
Yeah, I think we're in trouble. Going to attempt to hide behind these rocks.
Oh, that was salmon.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
All right, roll for your stealth. Yeah. Ooh, look at that.
Would be
You
nice to have saved that for the attack roll, but you know what can you do?
Yeah, you get your PETA on and hide behind the rocks. You manage to hit one of the illuminated shadow drakes who seems a lot less shadowy and more solid now that Nova's light is shining on him. He is heavily wounded as you apply your damage. Oh, you did sneak attack twice.
Interesting.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna reset his damage and then you can do it again. Just give me a second.
Is there a way to leave those status effects on so I can turn them like on my character off and on rather than having to move them every time?
Well, they come off when you roll like that to make sure that you are only doing them once.
Yeah, it seems like if I could turn them off when they don't apply rather than having to drag them every time, it would be easier to accurately keep track of them. But if that's not possible, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. Sorry. All right, so now apply the damage. All right. The Shadow Drake is moderately wounded as your arrow pierces into him. The light from Nova's shield seems to burn the wound. Oh, see, yeah, no, don't apply it again. See that's where you're going wrong. Now leave it off until you need it again is what you should do next time.
I'm applying it now to save time on my next turn. I
I
can turn it
got you.
off if it doesn't work, or if
Okay.
it shouldn't apply. Like if I'm not getting sneak attack damage, I'll just turn it off.
Okay. It's just easier to apply it than unapply it. All right, Nova.
Should I heal or should I go beacon of? Okay, guys, what do you think?
Oh
Should I
wait, I'm
go?
sorry. Wait, Soggy. Seeing Salmon get hurt, you feel a rush of new vampiric power surge through your system. You burst out of your icy prison, and you now are able to fly uh, at the shadow drakes and attack them with your breath weapon.
That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna target myself so so I can so I hit both.
Oh wait, hold on. You're also no longer exhausted. All right, there.
So I'm going to put myself here and use the breath weapon to hit both, right?
Well, I don't see where you moved to, so. Okay. Yes, I will allow you to fly over there. No, that's Salmon. He's still dying. Yeah, there you go. I will allow Soggy to fly over here and then target both of the shadow drakes with his blood breath weapon.
Which has a mix of salt and iron.
Yes. All right, they both succeed, but they take damage as your blood bludgeons into them. Oh, I'm sorry. That that did cold damage. It shouldn't be dealing cold damage, so they should take the full 8. Let me deal more damage to them.
And Soggy is going to do an intimidation roll after that.
Okay? At advantage.
Okay, just gonna roll it again. And Soggy
Hey,
just sort of hisses and gurgles as he does it.
question: am I not giving Craven any kind of cover here?
I've got something on me.
Uh you are giving Craven cover if he wasn't a large creature with a long neck, but he can just reach around you, so
Or did you transform into something?
no.
He looks like a dwarf. What is he? This big, large creature with a long neck.
No, the Drake can just reach around you.
Oh, okay.
Is that your turn, Soggy?
Of course. And how did the Shadow Drakes react to my intimidation?
They see the flying vampiric kobold and they look as though they're confused.
I use my radiant soul form, and then And that will be my turn.
So you mass healing word. Nomen.
Uh, Shit. Ah, very pleasant.
You smack the Drake with your radiant whip, dealing 14 points of damage.
It's nice, very nice.
I attack Soggy with my tail whip. Knocking him out of the air. I attack Nova with my bite. She fails her system shock and drops unconscious from the pain. She's still like alive. She's not dying, but the bite sinks into her with cold teeth and she drops unconscious. I attack Noman. I try to get through your defenses, but my tail only manages to knock you for some damage. It's at that point that you hear the sibilant whisper of the bigger of the two drakes. Give the hill to us.
Nova's at 0.
Yeah, but like not dying, so whatever solace can be taken from that.
But Nova has 0 hit points, right?
0 hit points right now, correct. Oh man, you use your mushroom of magical medicine and she recovers a lot of the damage that was just dealt to her by the cold fangs of the shadow drake.
I will try to hide again.
Well, you are hidden right now. So you have advantage on any attack roll you would make.
Even though I attacked after hiding last time.
Yeah, because you're hiding behind the rock there, and they're engaged with Nova and blinded by her light,
Okay.
revved up like a deuce.
All right, I'll take it.
It's like staring into a flashlight, you know? Your arrow strikes the shadow drake, critically wounding it. It cries out in pain and takes to the sky, trying to get away from the source of the pain.
And I'll end my turn there.
Oh, what's going on? You shouldn't be having to roll a thing. Oh, Soggy. Yeah. Soggy, you regain consciousness with 1 hit point, um, but that's all you can do on your turn is just like be like, oh, Soggy doesn't feel so well. Sorry, not to put words in your mouth.
Soggy just sort of vomits a bit and says, "Big bad move, Shadow Dragon."
You're also exhausted again after spending your energy like that.
Which level of exhaustion?
2.
Ah,
Nova uses her word of radiance to attack the shadow drakes. She glows with a holy light, and their forms seem to become more solid and burn with the bright, blinding light. Are you having mic issues again, buddy?
me?
No, Nova. All right, you guys received some mass healing word. Nova's light shines over all of you, and you feel a warm glow like bathing in sunshine. Except for Soggy, you don't benefit from that.
That's basic.
Salmon tries to hide behind the rock. Oh, you continue to crack away at the Shadow Drake. All right. I am going to breathe so much Stygian breath on you guys.
I thought it was Stygian. Stygian. Like River Styx?
No, it's Stygian. All right. Actually, Noman, you're not susceptible to system shock on this one, so ignore that. And yeah, all of you feel the icy breath of the Shadow Drake cover you once again. And let me tell you, it does not feel good. It feels like death. And this Shadow Drake attacks Nova and once again hisses, "Give the hilt to us." Nova drops from the bite as he tears into her, enraged. What did you do, Craven?
Cure wounds on Nova.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah. It just gets lost in Lorithir's text sometimes. You strike the Shadow Drake as it tries to fly away. It drops to the ground, its shadowy form breaking on impact with the ground.
Soggy, seeing the other one, hisses as the Drake said to the Drake and says, "Let me take your power and return it to your master." In rage. This isn't Soggy or the vampire voice speaking. This is like some sort of primordial voice.
What are you doing? Well, hold on. No, as you try to summon your Eldritch Blast, you find that your connection with your patron is blocked by your undead body. You have vampire powers now, but no warlock abilities. You can fly, you can use your breath weapon, and you can use blood drain.
I'm going to use my bone dragon bone dagger then.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
The drake is heavily wounded as you stab into it with your. Oh, I thought we had changed that to a boomerang though, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I thought it was turned into a boomerang, but it was still written as a dagger.
Yeah. You stab him with a dagger either way.
A bone dagger.
Nova. Oh no, what is Nova doing to you guys? Well, wait, I succeeded at my save.
It's radiant damage.
No, what I'm saying is I should have taken half damage, and since it's not, I'm wondering if it's a no damage thing.
I thought earlier you said it was radiant or something.
Yeah,
Well,
or
it is
take the
radiant.
word of radiance. Because I succeeded, I don't take any
Yeah,
damage.
they're not. I wasn't supposed to press that. That was my fault. Sorry about that. They shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have taken any damage from that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have realized it except for it should have been half damage because I succeeded, and then because it wasn't, I'm like, oh well, then it's probably no damage. All right, Noman.
All right.
The Drake is heavily wounded. as he breathes in, he says, "I will be back." And then he unleashes a final blast of his Stygian breath at you.
Soggy has his blade still in. Has his blade with his blade in the in the in the body of this creature still, though, right?
No. No, it's not still in him.
Okay, sorry.
His shadowy form doesn't hold stuff in like that. So yeah, I'm not sure why it didn't apply this damage, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply it. Alright, so Salmon is badly wounded, and Noman, your shielding is down. Craven, you got hurt there. Lorathier, you're still hiding behind the rock, so you're okay. And Craven, it's your turn.
Just looking at options. Is he flying away?
He's trying to.
So high, how high in the air is he?
Right now, he is just off the ground because he unleashed his Stygian breath at you as one final act of vengeance.
Actually, at a loss. I don't know what to do here.
Just hit him.
Yeah, kill it.
I don't have anything strong enough to kill it.
Just hit it. Pile damage on.
And anything you can hit it with.
Yeah, bind whip it, dude. Like, do fucking anything.
All right. Instead, I think I'm gonna earth bind it so it can't leave, and then I'm hoping Lorathier can. He should do more damage than me next turn.
So you're doing the hold it now part, and then you're going to have me hit it.
Well, you're right after me, so that's kind of the plan. Because
Gotcha.
my max damage is gonna be like 16. So
16 is pretty good.
You're also targeting Nova right now.
yeah, I haven't decided what I'm doing yet. All right. I'll just throw the Thor whip at it then. All right, I'm gonna use my point of inspiration. Much better.
No, 19.
Damn. So close.
Yep.
So close.
Your whips around the dragon's neck, and it resists and says, "Fool, you could have just handed over the hilt. Now your suffering will be eternal."
I'm gonna yank him down straight down to the ground, by the way.
Okay, he's on the ground.
I'm stepping out from behind the rocks and unleashing an arrow at the last remaining Shadow Drake. It's good timing.
Yeah. All
You got a
right.
D6.
So as your arrow flies through the air, it strikes the shadow drake right in the chest. Its shadowy form crashes to the ground before it slowly fades away. You can hear Vasanthus's voice. He says, "You may have destroyed their forms, but they and I will be back."
But before this sort of happens, Soggy tries to sort of tries to bite into the form of these drakes and try and suck in the power.
Okay. I have to cut in because this is like the moment this fight's over. I gotta fall asleep, so I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
Sorry for the cut and exit.
Nope, no
And
problem. Thanks for
if we're
playing.
not leveled up, if we're not leveled up next session, I'm gonna fucking shit myself.
Have a good night.
Hope you feel better.
All right, so the battle is over, and if Noman has to go, then we're gonna wrap up after we cover a few basics here. So Soggy, um, you go to try and drink the blood of the shadow drakes.
Yes.
Uh, Nova, you see this.
It's not as a point of hunger, but more of a sort of rage against these. Actually, I'm gonna undo that action.
Well, I was just giving Nova a chance because she was very clear that she was keeping an eye on you, so you know. If if she wanted to stop you, you know. But now you say you're not doing that?
Yeah, I sort of stop myself before I do that, and Soggy sort of says to himself, "I am better than that. I am better than that."
Okay. And um Nova, Craven, Lorathier, you know, you guys watched Soggy just fly through the air and spew blood all over these dragons. You know, do you have a reaction to that?
Concerned for Soggy, a little bit afraid, but not enough to keep me from trying to help Soggy be okay.
And at this point, Soggy just sort of sits down onto the ground, sort of shivering, sort of exhausted from these events.
Oh, for sure. For sure. You are very exhausted, and here I'll turn off token locking. Now you guys can move around the map. You are very exhausted from all of this, and your vampire like body in transition here is much weaker than a real vampire's body. You can't seem to be killed, as busting out of the ice has proven, but you also are just completely weak and exhausted constantly.
Indeed. So Soggy is just sort of just going to be sitting there, sort of weak and exhausted.
All right, I see you're healing now. I'm gonna basically cast healing spirit right between me, Nova, and Noman, so we can all access it 10 times, right?
Yes, but remember, Soggy can't benefit from any healing right now.
Yeah, I didn't say Soggy, just me, Nova, and Noman.
Oh, really? Because I've been healing him this whole time.
That's why I keep resetting him down to 1.
Okay, so just hit the heal 1d6 10 times.
Yep. Yeah, right now Soggy is stuck in some half-life phase. And he looks at you, and like for a second you see these like puppy dog pleading eyes, but then you see like a rabid bunny ready to rip your throat out.
That rabbit's dynamite!
In fact, Soggy, it's time for your 3rd day's roll. Your wisdom save to avoid wanting to bite Nova right on her neck.
Could Nova provide guidance on that?
Uh, Nova, would you
He
like
has to tell
to?
me something's going on.
Yeah, I was gonna
Well, I think
say
that's pretty obvious, right?
maybe you can have like a little guidance with him with Paylor's blessings, and you know use your religion to teach him about you know patience and um I don't know.
So would I have advantage or something else?
Well, first, we're gonna see what Nova wants to do here.
Well, first I cast Beacon of Hope on him, and I will say to him, "I'm here for you, Soggy. With Paylor's love, you will get through this." And then I make him hopeful.
Soggy, you've never believed in Paylor. Like you believe in the Bunyip, and so
He's the sort of mysticism of his tribe.
yeah. So when Nova says this, like you're not quite sure how you feel about it, and um, Nova, go ahead and roll a religion check to see how convincing you are. Oh, you proselytize pretty well. And so as you are telling Soggy all about Paylor, um, Soggy, you see just enough of the lesson of hope and light and goodness in the parable that Nova shares with you that you get a +2 bonus on your roll for your wisdom check or a wisdom save. This is save. No, it's check. It's a check. Yeah. I always
You have
get those two
advantage.
confused for a second, but why does it have advantage?
The cast Beacon of Hope on him.
Oh, so any check has.
It's a will save, isn't it?
No, it's a check.
A wisdom check.
Yeah.
I thought it was a save. You said save.
I misspoke.
Yeah, a check
It's
is for
it's a
something you're doing. A save is when
right.
something's happening to you.
A save is against an effect that is happening to you. A check is to avoid succumbing to something like this. So yeah.
A check is like a wisdom check would be like, for playing chess, or like a strength check would be for like opening a door, or moving with something heavy
It's like
because you're doing
it's
something.
like the difference between if you're being poisoned or if you're checking how much you can drink and all of that. The save is for the poison effect. The check is to try and resist the thing. So yeah, it's a check because he's not saving against the effect. He's just trying to resist the will to drink your blood. Yeah, so on the third day, Soggy loses his grip and starts to go for a bite, and he is gnashing and gnawing at his teeth, holding himself back, but he's losing the fight, and you can tell that he is inches away from grabbing you and biting you. All right, you use calm emotions, and this one time it allows Soggy to roll again with advantage. But unfortunately, the
I
hunger.
did roll. I didn't roll with advantage.
Yes, you did. You have disadvantage because you're so exhausted. That's why it's a check, is because the exhaustion plays into it. And so the more exhausted you get, the hungrier you get, the harder it is to resist. And so as you resist the urge to bite Nova, you're losing, and she calms your emotions and you stop yourself for a second, but then you turn and you're like, "No, I have to drink." And you lunge at her. What do you do, Nova?
Hmm. It's a good question.
Well, basically, you guys have to restrain Soggy. He cannot be, just left free.
Wait a minute. At no point was a log removed from his face.
Well, during the fight, he was using his breath weapon and all that, so.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, you use command? Okay. Yeah. You take control of Soggy temporarily, breaking his lust. He is basically a dazed out zombie.
I'll tell him to sit down.
He just uh, but that's only gonna last for so long, so.
I say, Soggy, I'm sorry. I know this is as uncomfortable for you, but we have no choice. And I tie him up.
Yep.
To put a log in his mouth, just out of character.
Yeah.
Now I'm reminded of this
I,
one.
I like that you could even do it in character. Soggy's like, oh, don't forget the log.
Yeah. And I'll cut a stick thick enough and put it in Soggy's mouth and tie him up so he can't move.
Yep. And so you guys take the precautions necessary to protect yourselves. Soggy obviously understands. And so that is where we are going to draw to a close for this session, is with you guys having to take extreme measures now to protect yourselves as Soggy's transformation seems more and more inevitable. Can you possibly make it to the dome of the sun in time? And if you do, will the priests of Palor be able to help your companion? We will find out in future sessions of Heroes Wanted. I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching. And as always, everyone, good gaming.